think a flashy new title sequence is going to sway my current opinion about this, think again. So as far as I can tell, these girls get their magical power from disharmony around them, which can in turn be distributed to cause disharmony somewhere else. My question is this though. Surely as ponies before being banished they would have had their magical possessions removed, right? Or did Celestia just not give a shit at the time? It must be a real pain to put those hoods back on. Has no one else ever noticed this damn mist? Or more so the fact that these girls appear to be absorbing it.
I'm tired of fast food. I need a meal.
Ironic that you're using that sentence in a cafe.
Ugh, I wish we'd never been banished to this awful place.
Momentarily disregard the fact that I acknowledged this mode of banishment earlier so I may reveal my original reaction. What? What?
What?
What? These girls must have done something absolutely horrible and unforgivable to have been banished here rather than Tartarus.
I love it here.
Sarcasm.
For realsies?
Use of the phrase for realsies.
Because I think this place is the worst.
Sonata actually fell for the sarcasm.
I think you're the worst, Sonata.
I'm assuming they've been here for quite a while, seeing as Celestia failed to mention having banished them here in the first movie, so it's a strange coincidence they're having such a revealing conversation at this point in time.
Being stuck here with you two isn't making this world any more bearable.
Haha, antagonist confliction. Arya's gem seems to go missing in this shot, but appears again when she's shown in this one. This clip takes a whole 3-minute fight scene from the movie and squeezes it into a matter of seconds. It also skips out by, instead of showing the giant rainbow tornado that actually made an appearance, it shows a beam of rainbow that never appeared.
Do you know what that is? It's equestrian magic.
But this world doesn't have equestrian magic.
Alright, I'm questioning the intelligence of these two. Even if they never saw equestrian magic, which I find incredibly hard to consider, they should be able to narrow down that that is magic, and therefore not of this world, further narrowing the answer to equestrian magic.
And we're going to use it to make everyone in this pathetic little world adore us.
How can you make someone adore you with magic that causes disharmony? Also, if Sunset Shimmer can't wield the elements of harmony, then these girls won't be able to either, right? If the plot device that's going to drive this movie is them wanting control of the elements of harmony, then we already know how this is going to end. I mentioned in an older video that I didn't like how these characters suddenly have these prodigious musical talents. Now I absolutely refuse to accept it, seeing as this happens immediately after the first movie, which contained absolutely no hints of the musical talent they now possess. Now for a rant. This movie takes place immediately after the first according to this short, which means that there would most definitely have to be an incredibly inconsistent time gap between this world and Equestria, considering Twilight comes back for this movie. Now I may be wrong, but if this movie plans to incorporate this world's Twilight instead, it better have a decent explanation as to how the elements of harmony are connected to her, despite never physically coming into contact with them. If I'm correct, then there better be a decent explanation for the massive indecisive time difference between the worlds, because unless the first movie's time difference was an error, specifically the one where Sunset Shimmer breached the castle at nighttime and the crown hit Fluttershy during the day, there is one present. I have one more point to elaborate on to enforce the problem here. If the time difference is indeed real, and the Twilight featured is the original from Equestria, which is the only one which could make sense unless Hasbro came up with a really good explanation for the other one possessing the magic of the elements of harmony, then that means Twilight will have gone through all of the events of Season 4 before returning to this world, which I doubt occurred within 30 moons. Yet this world would not have progressed a single night since the portal last opened. I'm sure she doesn't return immediately in the movie, obviously, but the point is, the time frame is just far too distant for her to possibly return. So, here's the deal. I'll only add one sin for this now. But if in the movie, Twilight from Equestria is the one to return, and this issue isn't explained or is copped out on by a cheap gimmick like the portal being broken, which still wouldn't explain the time difference, I will automatically award the movie 100 sins. On the other note, if it is this world's Twilight who returns, and her connections to the elements of harmony isn't thoroughly elaborated on, I will also award the movie 100 sins. No skimping out, Hasbro, for once you'd better explain the plot holes. Now then, on to the second sneak peek. I hope every time we see the Diamond Dog students they won't be digging the same hole in front of the school. Take note of the position of the CMC next to this wall. Almost everyone is addicted to Sunset Shimmer. Hey Fluttershy, what's clueless and covered in frosting?
Your face! I used frosting instead of paste!
If that's true, the poster should either probably be falling apart, or the artwork should be becoming blurry or smudgy very quickly.
Fluttershy, you've got a little something...
Yeah, just in that one spot on her nose. Celestia and Luna didn't purposefully trot on Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon's poster.
I think it's going to be one of the most exciting events we've had at CHS since the fall formal.
Exciting? Really? Celestia burnt Sunset Shimmer on purpose, didn't she? Not even Equestria girls can be safe from Trelestia. Oh my god. Talk about cliched high school students. Get over it. Will the third sneak peek be the redeemer? This poster is actually still perfectly formed, even though the frosting was rubbed into Fluttershy's face.
You were pretty bad at the fall formal.
Fluttershy, the most kind-hearted of the lot, is the first to deliver harsh criticism.
To be honest, I'd say the whole experience brought everyone at Candlelight High closer than ever before.
I'd hardly say that's correct. If anything, it only brought you lot closer together. Rainbow Dash's Whammy Bar reverted back to red since Guitar Centered.
Yeah, we're the wonder.
Unlikely.
We're better than ever.
Suddenly the pony appearances were off immediately after performance.
I still can't believe that happens when we play.
Really? Because you honestly never seem very surprised to begin with.
I've got to look into some new accessories.
Would it really be necessary to buy accessories for magically spawned body parts that won't remain there once spawned?
Something that looks good in a longer ponytail. Ooh, maybe some clip-on earrings for when I get those adorable pony ears.
How are you going to apply those accessories while you're playing?
I just wonder why it happens.
Don't we all?
Who cares why it happens?
Hasbro's excuse for all plot holes.
Your band? Duh! It was my idea to start the Rain Boom so we could be in the showcase.
Your idea, sure, but believe me, it doesn't matter if you'll lead anything in a band. If it's founded by multiple people, then it is the property of a group. Claiming ownership of it will only result in it falling apart.
Coming in a little late on the second verse, and Applejack's bass solo could use a little work.
Judging the other members like that will only see it fall apart even faster.
I don't suppose any of our friends from, out of town might come?
Why are you being subtle? Obviously everyone would know who you're talking about.
It being a special charity event and all.
It's not charity. Didn't Celestia say it was to fund after-school activities?
This is a wonderful opportunity to raise money for all our after-school programs here at CHS. So keep working.
Awkward cliched crushing teen is cliched.
Well, someone is quite the smitten kitten.
Poor Sunset Shimmer. There's literally nothing she can think about that won't turn around and bite her somehow. Rarity's voice says something along the lines of horrid, but Applejack's mouth is the one that moves. Also, main cast are also dicks to Sunset Shimmer.
Rainbow Dash? I was wondering if we could maybe play the song I wrote. We'll get to it.
I can already see this band falling apart as a crucial plot point.
We've forgiven you for your past boo-boos.
Being stuck here with you two isn't making this world any more bearable.
Okay, let's start with Launchpad McQuack.
That's not the actual title of this.